Hey guys, today we want to talk about don't quit till it hurts. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means what it says, don't quit till it hurts. A lot of times in recovery, your family, your therapist, everybody that knows you wants better for you than you want for yourself. And I can't tell you the number of times families come into treatment in anguish over the behavior of their loved one that's suffering with the addiction. And if that person wanted recovery, just an inkling of what the family wanted for them, they'd already been halfway toward the process of getting with it and getting on with a change in their life. But that's not the way it works, unfortunately. I mean, we can't wish somebody into recovery. And it's just old AA wisdom. I mean, I remember the first time somebody like, don't quit till it hurts. Keep on, keep on going. I mean, it don't hurt you bad enough, so you ain't done it yet. It's like I remember being a young fellow, went out to the farm, going to ride a horse. We had some horses out there at the Baptist Children's Home, and I was going to ride one of them bareback. And I've been watching too many back in them days. It was a thing called Cisco Kid. Too many movies about them, where they'd run up and jump and mount on the horse from the back, bareback. Well, I tried it. Well, I went out to the farm this day and the mule was there. The horses, they'd already got them and took them out, and they're a whole nother story. But the mule was there, and I said, well, we done come out here, and I might as well try this. So I sized it up there. I figured how high I had to jump, how hard I had to grab him on his buttocks in order to do the Cisco Kid thing. Well, what I didn't know is the mule already sized me up and figured out what I was going to do. I figured, how could he do this? Because he can't see me. I went and got behind him. I eased off back down there a little bit and got me about a 15, 20 yard good little running spurt where I could jump up there. I was fairly athletic at the time. Anyhow, you know what happened? I went up there and jumped on the back of that mule, and that's the second time in my life I got kicked by a mule. That mule, him reared up and he kicked me flat, dab in the chest and knocked me flat on my back. And you would think, well, don't hurt till, don't quit doing what you're doing till it hurts. Well, I want to tell you, it hurts. It hurt bad. It hurt bad enough. It knocked the wind out of me. I didn't even want to be at the farm the rest of the afternoon. I mean, he left some hoof prints in my chest. But just to carry that on a little further, that's not the only time I've ever been kicked by a mule. Another time at a much younger, was at the boys club camp. That's what a lot of the underprivileged kids got to do if you did anything. I worked at the boys club as a checker. I checked in your number and I sold you candy bars and whatever. So while other kids were playing and doing whatnot, I was working. But anyhow, we got to go to a camp over there at Dog River. People in Mobile know where this is at. Well, guess what happened? They had a mule out there, a little donkey. I guess it was a mule, like a donkey. I don't know what it was, but the same thing. I had the same idea because I'd already been watching Cisco Kid and the Lone Ranger and whatever. Hopalong Cassidy. I don't know if he ever hopped on a horse like that, but I know Cisco Pancho did. So here we go. And you guessed it again. The mule kicked me. He kicked me slap in the chest just like the one did at the farm. So, I don't want to say I'm slow to learn, but apparently, as bad as it hurt when that mule kicked me, apparently over the period of time, I forgot about that pain because when I went to the farm later on, a few years later to be exact, every thing about that last experience with that mute, I done forgot. But the mule reminded me real quick when I tried to jump on him again and, ride him from the back. So what's the point in all this? Well, the point is that we probably are not going to stop doing anything we're doing until it hurts. Now, I mentioned before in another video, we have more pain receptors than we do pleasure receptors in our brain. So I want you to stay with me here. I know that these kind of talks aren't exactly, setting the world on fire, but they're important to someone that needs to hear them. So y'all hang with me. I'm getting to the point of this. What is the point? Well, the point is this, guys. If you are in your addiction and you are not to the point that the pain that you're experiencing outweighs any perceived benefit that you get from using your drug or alcohol, then by all means, keep doing what you're doing. Don't waste your loved one's time. Don't give them false hope. Just do what you're doing until you get to that point, because until you get to that point, if you don't die first, if something tragic don't happen, God only knows. But until you get to the point that that pain outweighs the benefit of what you're doing, and I ain't talking about just emotional pain, because a lot of times addicts tend to have seemingly high threshold of pain as long as we stay out there in this mess. But actually, in all actuality, we use drugs and alcohol to mask and cover up that pain. Pain of rejection, pain of sexual trauma, pain of all sorts of pain. I mean, the list goes on and on. And for that time, the drugs and alcohol work for us. But when it stops working, when we put that drink in us, or we put ingest that drug in our body, and it no longer gives us that satisfaction that when we first started using it for, to alleviate this pain here and here, then pretty soon we're going to start weighing it out. And, that's what I'm talking about. When the pain outweighs, excuse me, guys, when the pain outweighs the gain, then we'll do something different. So, that's just a little short, brief touch on the topic. I don't want to make it long, because I don't want to be the dead horse to death again. But do be aware, guys, that in treatment, ain't nothing going to happen to you want it, and you ain't going to want it till something happens that makes the pain of your using greater than the pain of not using. So be sure to check with me on another video. I'm going to keep putting out these little shorts. Maybe eventually someone will get something out of them. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I think it's on the little thumbnail.